Good afternoon and welcome to my hobby table yet again. And on the table today I've got the bin that has all of the OS FS-60 parts in it. I received the bearings from Boca Bearings and the other crankshaft bearings from my friend Brant. All of those bearings are inside here. This ICBIM products is where I get my gaskets for all of my engines. I've been buying gaskets from this vendor, from eBay, and they also have their own website for many years, and they're all excellent products, and I highly recommend if you need replacement gaskets for any of your glow engines. I highly recommend going to this place. Awesome stuff. So what I've got here is crankshaft bearings, and then let me put this here so I can kind of flatten that out a little bit here. Crankshaft bearings, and then the only thing I can say that's not, well, I mean, Boca has their ups and downs and their pluses and minuses as far as accuracy and price and that kind of thing. But what they do have is really nice little bags. When you get a set of bearings, you get a nice little bag that you can use for other things. And I guess if that's the only thing that you get out of this from Boca, then that's what it is. So here's that bearing. Here's this bearing. Now see, this bearing is a double shielded bearing, and this one is open shielded completely, so I have to make the determination as to whether or not I want to remove the shields or not. Same with this one. Shielded on both sides, open on both sides here. Is there really a reason? Is it necessary for me to remove those shields? I've done it many times in the past just to keep things the same as they were when they came out of the engine, but you know, who's to say that that's necessarily the best thing? I mean, these bearings are you're still going to get lubricated just the same anyway, and if nothing else, it might help prolong them. So this is a rubber shielded bearing, and this is a metal shielded opened. So I don't know if I'm going to bother to remove any of the shields on these bearings. I really just don't. I don't feel like doing it. First of all, I don't know. Oh man, some of these bearings, Brant, are really hard to get to. I really don't know if it's necessary to remove those shields or not. I mean, obviously they put shields on bearings for a reason. Damn. That's really... I'm going to have to edit this. Okay, here we go. Let's see, this one should be an open bearing. Specifically, it said open on this one for Brant, so Brant can do that also for me. Boca probably wouldn't do that. So here's my new sets of bearings. I have my arbor press out in my kitchen, on my kitchen counter. I've got a camera set up. I'm going to shoot video of me installing these bearings, depending on how good it turns out. Maybe I'll include that in the reassembly of this engine, but right now it's bearing installation time. Okay, I just turned the camera back on because one thing I think, if I'm going to include bearing installation in this video, is important for people maybe to understand or see, is that I have this cheesy little bitty socket set here, and what I'm doing is I'm going through each of these sockets to find sockets that are the appropriate size, so that when I go to press these bearings in, they're not catching on the side, and they're actually going to be pressing on the outer edge of the bearing itself. So I found one for that one. I'm looking for one for this one, which goes in here. And this socket just dropped through, which I could use if I have to, but I'd really rather find one that's a little bit better fit. That one's a little bit better fit. Looks like that's probably going to be about the best fit I've got for this particular bearing. So we can use that one. I don't think I've got a different one. Nope. It's not going to do it. And I know you can't see what I'm just doing there. It's off camera, but I'm just kind of basically dropping. See, I want it to do this and catch. This could be a little bit bigger, but I think that one will have to work. Maybe the end of this thing. No. Maybe this socket. No. Okay. All right. So we found a socket, the closest one I'm going to get for that bearing. This thing here, I don't know that I'm going to really need much of a bearing here for that. This was the largest socket I had for that. Let's see, what's this one here? Really large. I mean, it's not going in there. And this one will work. It certainly won't. Probably use that. I'll use that one for that bearing then too. So anyway, just wanted to show you what I'm doing and the tools I'm going to be using to install these bearings. I'm going to go bring my heat gun out there, bring some oil these things up, heat them up, and hopefully just press them in here in just a matter of minutes. Okay, I don't know. I'm not sure how well this is going to look here. I've never filmed in this location before, and I got all this stuff on my kitchen counter. And this is rather awkward with the camera and where I'm positioning this stuff. Obviously, trying to get these things set in there straight is of paramount importance. I don't even know if I got that thing hot enough. It's not fully in there. It's not zest fully clean. Bearings installed. Guess it needed a little bit more heat. I'm going to do this crankshaft housing next, I think. I don't know that these things have to be too warm. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm heating up the front housing here, the front bearing hole. This next part should be pretty simple. Just a crankshaft going in here. Yeah, that part's done. What's that leave us with? 2 more bearings? 2 more bearings. I'm going to do this timing gear bearing here first. I didn't remove the shields. Come on. Does the thing all drop in there straight? Yeah, I gotta get, where's that little socket I got for this one? I'm certain that's not fully seated. It's supposed to go in there a lot more than that. Maybe we can just try heating it up again here. It'd be nice if I had a shaft of some sort. Let me go grab some oil real quick. Some oil in here. I don't want to get all this stuff all over my kitchen counter. Put that in there. No, that won't do it. Where's that little socket at? It just doesn't feel like it's all the way in there. There we go. Now it's seated. Okay, we're good there. Yep, now we're seated. Now we just need this. Boy, that thing's still a little warm. See if we can get this last big roller bearing in here, or whatever this thing is. Sometimes it looks like it's just a matter of walking it. Walking it down. Feel flush. Does it look flush? It's flush to me. I think I got this one on there too, so that should be all of them. Yeah. Okay, so all of our bearings are installed now.